Hi everyone, and welcome back to our daily news update. Today we have a diverse array of latest news from around the globe, so let's dive right in. Our first story takes us to the Supreme Court of India, where a critical decision has been made regarding the transparency of ongoing general elections. The Supreme Court has declined to issue an interim order directing the Election Commission to upload authenticated Form 17C, which shows votes recorded booth-wise. This decision was made by Justice Dipankar Datta and Satish Chandra Sharma, who cited the massive logistical demands and the ongoing nature of the elections. The court emphasized the importance of not diverting the Election Commission's attention mid-election, underscoring the necessity of fair and free elections. This application was brought by the Association of Democratic Reforms as part of a petition pending since 2019. The EC countered by arguing that the application was based on unfounded suspicions aimed at discrediting the EC, referencing a previous judgment on the EVM VVPAT case. Senior advocate A.M. Singhvi challenged this interpretation, but for now, the court has decided not to intervene. Staying on the topic of elections, Phase 6 of the general elections is underway, covering 56 Lok Sabha seats across 6 states and 2 union territories. This phase involves over 11.13 crore voters, including 5.84 crore men and 5.29 crore women, with a total of 889 candidates in the fray. So far, polling has been completed in 428 seats across 25 states and union territories. The final phase, scheduled for June 1, will cover the remaining 57 seats. In this phase, key areas include Haryana with 10 seats, Delhi with 7 seats, and significant parts of Bihar, Jharkhand, Jammu and Kashmir, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. Additionally, there are simultaneous elections for over 42 assembly constituencies in Odisha. Shifting focus to Kerala, heavy rains have unfortunately led to deaths of 2 individuals in Pathanamthitta and Malappuram districts. The state has set up 9 relief camps accommodating 201 people from 61 families, including 47 children. Multiple districts including Trivandrum, Kozhikode, Kottayam, Palakkad, Alappuzha, and Kollam have reported damaged houses. While the intensity of rain is expected to decrease from Saturday, isolated heavy rainfall is predicted until Monday, with 7 districts under a yellow alert. Fishermen have been advised against venturing into the sea due to squally weather conditions. On a broader note, the southwest monsoon is making its way into more parts of the Maldives, Kanyakumari area, and Bay of Bengal region, with further advancement expected on the weekend. In a significant development from Bengaluru, the National Investigation Agency has arrested Shoaib Ahmed Mirza, a 35-year-old ex-convict, for his involvement in Lashkar-e-Taiba terror conspiracy case. This arrest is linked to the Rameshwaram Cafe blast case, which occurred on March 1st. Mirza is the 5th accused in the case and is alleged to have played a key role by connecting the accused Abdul Mateen Taha to the online handler suspected to be abroad. This handler, known only as Colonel, facilitated encrypted communication between the conspirators. Previously, Taha and his co-accused, Musawwir Hussain Shajib, were arrested, with Shajib being the alleged bomber at the cafe. The NIA is now delving deeper into the handler's identity and Mirza's connection to the larger conspiracy. This case is connected to the Tirthalli module, which has links to the 2020 Al-Hind module case. Switching gears to a shocking murder case, Bangladeshi national Jihad Havaldar has been arrested by the Criminal Investigation Department in Kolkata in connection with the murder of Bangladeshi MP Anwarul Azim Anar. The 24-year-old Havaldar, described as an illegal immigrant from Bangladesh, worked as a butcher in Mumbai and has admitted his involvement in Anar's murder. The victim Anar, a 3-time Awami League MP from Janeda 4, had come to Kolkata for medical treatment. CCTV footage captured him entering a housing complex with 2 men and a woman, who later left with 2 large bags believed to contain Anar's dismembered body. Havaldar was apprehended in Bangaon, Note 24 Pargana district, while Dhaka police investigate the involvement of a US-based businessman as the potential mastermind. Moving on to some international news, the International Court of Justice has issued a landmark ruling in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. The court ordered Israel to immediately halt its military operation in Rafah, a city in the Gaza Strip. This comes amidst a dire humanitarian crisis in Gaza, with the ICJ criticizing Israel's evacuation efforts as insufficient. The court also demanded the unconditional release of hostages taken by Hamas during its October assault and emphasized the need for unhindered access for humanitarian aid and UN investigators. However, it's important to understand that ICJ rulings are legally binding but lack strong enforcement mechanisms. Therefore, the real impact will depend on the international community's reaction and Israel's own response. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to discuss this ruling with his cabinet soon. South Africa, who brought the case forward, has praised the ruling and called for further international pressure on Israel. Meanwhile, the International Criminal Court's prosecutor has taken significant steps seeking arrest warrants for top leaders of both Israel and Hamas on allegations of war crimes and crimes against humanity. South Africa's case against Israel centers on allegations of breaches of the UN Genocide Conventions, highlighting the dire humanitarian crisis in Gaza. In response, Israel has firmly rejected South Africa's allegations, calling them as obscene exploitation of the Genocide Convention. This ruling and the broader international legal actions will undoubtedly shape the ongoing discourse and response to the conflict. Turning our attention to Iran, the nation mourns the sudden death of President Ibrahim Raisi and 7 others in helicopter crash in the northwest region of the country. While the Iranian army hasn't found evidence of foul play, the preliminary report leaves many questions unanswered. The report states no bullet holes or suspicious activity was detected and the helicopter caught fire after hitting an elevated area. Even the communication between the watchtower and the fifth crew did not reveal any suspicious content, and the helicopter followed its pre-planned route until the crash. While the army needs more time to complete its investigation, they have promised to provide further details as they emerge. President Raisi has been laid to rest in his hometown of Mashhad, with the nation grappling with the sudden loss of its leader. Over in East Asia, tensions are escalating between China and Taiwan as China ramps up its military drills, essentially encircling the island with warships and fighter jets. This move comes after Taiwan's new president, Lai Ching-te, took office and made remarks that China considers as confession of independence. China's defense ministry spokesperson, Hu Xian, accused Lai of challenging the One China principle and warned that any further provocation related to Taiwan independence could lead to war. This development is particularly concerning because it coincides with frustrations in both countries regarding stale negotiations. In a potentially positive development from the ongoing war in Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin has signaled his willingness to agree to a ceasefire. However, the proposed ceasefire has a significant caveat. It requires Ukraine to recognize the current battle lines as the new border. This essentially means Ukraine would have to cede control of territory it has lost to Russia since the invasion began. Ukrainian officials are wary of this suggestion, accusing Putin of trying to undermine a potential peace summit next month by sending misleading signals. Regardless, this potential ceasefire would mark a significant turning point, but it remains to be seen how both sides and the international community will respond. Finally, we head to Myanmar, where the military junta has revived plans for the controversial Maitson Dam project in the North Kachin state. The $3.6 billion project, backed by China, was previously suspended over a decade ago due to public opposition and environmental concerns. This dam, on the Irrawaddy River, would be one of the largest in the world, generating 6,000 megawatts of electricity. However, critics argue the project would cause significant environmental damage and benefits China more than Myanmar itself. There are also concerns about the impact on millions of people who live in the Irrawaddy Basin and the potential for renewed conflict with the Kachin Independence Army in the region. Despite these concerns, the junta has established a new leading group for the project, which includes collaboration with China's State Power Investment Corporation. This land project highlights the complex geopolitical landscape of Myanmar, particularly its close ties to China's Belt and Road Initiative. And that wraps up our today's news report. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is Chronicle Daily, signing off.